Recently, I was working on a video about Idaho facts, and I looked up some information about how hops are grown. It took me down a deep, deep agricultural rabbit hole. Did you know that hops plants can grow from 6 to 12 inches in a single day? Apparently, it depends on where you source your information. Yakima Valley Hops says 6 inches per day. Michigan State University says 4 to 10 inches per day. And University of Wyoming says 12 inches per day. I was shocked. At that rate, you could practically sit and watch the plants grow. Being from the Midwest, that made me wonder how fast corn grows in comparison. According to the Nebraska Corn Board, corn can grow 3 to 4 inches per day. So now I know that during the peak growing season, hops grows 2 to 3 times as fast as corn. However, when I looked up the information about corn for a comparison, that led me down another rabbit hole. According to the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, you can hear corn grow. So of course I had to follow up on that. The noise is a crackling noise. Apparently, the audio recording led scientists to theories that the sound is very similar to the noise of a cornstalk breaking. So they think it means that as the cornstalk grows, it causes it to stretch, break, and repair itself as part of the growing process. Now, out of that rabbit hole and back to the original one, because there are more interesting facts about hops. For my next hops fact, I'll compare it to grapes instead of corn. Hops plants grow as a bine. That's bine starting with B as in Bravo, not vine starting with B as in Victor. I'll use hops and grapes to illustrate the differences. Bines grow on a stalk that wraps around some type of support. Vines have tendrils, roots, or suckers that grow from the stalk and attach it to the support. On these photos, you can see that with the hops, the stalk itself is wrapping around the support, and with the grapes, there are tendrils growing out of the stalk that wrap around the support. For one last interesting fact about hops, in order to optimize yield, when the hops plants start growing, you have to manually wrap the vines around the supports to train them. And they're picky little suckers. Wait, no, vines don't have suckers, vines have suckers. Anyway, when the vines are trained, they must be wrapped around the supports in a clockwise direction. If you wrap them in a counterclockwise direction, they won't climb the support. According to Michigan State University, the reason for the clockwise preference is thigmotropism and phototropism. I'm sure I butchered the pronunciation on those. It was at that point that I decided it was time to emerge from the rabbit hole. So if you'd like to learn more about thigmotropism and phototropism, I'll let you handle it. If you'd like to enlighten me, feel free to put it in the comments below. Thanks for joining me in my journey down the rabbit hole. I'll see you next time one of my travel videos gets derailed by my curiosity.